Good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss about aluminium and its alloys. So aluminium is a bluish and silverish white metal, which is one of the most used non-ferrous metals. So as we discussed, uh, non-ferrous metals are the metals which do not contain iron as their chief constituent, whereas the ferrous metals contain iron as their chief constituent. So in ancient time, in the olden time, that is the man, the human beings used to use copper vessels, and the most popular metal at the time was copper. As the time passed, this human being started to use aluminum metal. After that, nowadays human beings are using steel in vessels, and since steel do not reacts with other food materials, so they are using steel. Now in modern era, the people who are educated are preferring glass more than the steel, because glass doesn't react at all with the food particles. So glass is the safest, that is the ceramics glass. So let us discuss the properties of aluminum. So aluminum is very light in weight and it is very strong also. So therefore, as it is light in weight and also strong, therefore it is used in aeroplane applications, because in aeroplane we want light metal which has to be strong also. So for that, aluminum is the best metal available for the aero manufacturers. So aluminum is light in weight, it has high thermal and less electrical conductivity. Yes, aluminum is having a good thermal conductivity capacity, but yes, it is not having that much good electrical conductivity as compared to that of the copper. Copper has best electrical conductivity, therefore copper is used in electrical wires and all. But whereas the aluminum has less electrical conductivity when compared to that of the copper. As see, in olden times, uh, even nowadays, copper is used in wires and all, in the house electricity wires and all. But some where the company manufacturers need to reduce the money, they will use the aluminum in the wires instead of copper, because copper is expensive than the aluminum. So for making cheap wires, they will use aluminum. Okay, aluminum has excellent corrosion resistance. Yeah, aluminum doesn't corrode because it doesn't have iron content in it, because it is non-ferrous metal, so it doesn't corrode. So it is ductile and malleable. So as I explained in my previous video of copper and its alloys, that ductility is a property of a metal which can be drawn into thin wires, and malleability is the property of a metal which can be drawn into thin sheets. So this copper can be drawn into thin wires as well as thin sheets also. So copper is ductile in nature and also malleable in nature. Copper is non-toxic. Yes, of course, copper is non-toxic, but overusage of copper is injurious to human beings. So therefore, I recommend not to overuse the copper vessels in your house, in your home, for cooking and all. You can use, but not more over usage. Next, copper is non-magnetic in nature. Yeah, of course, because it doesn't contain ferrous. That is, it doesn't contain iron as its main constituent, and it is a non-ferrous metal. So therefore, it is non-magnetic in nature. Okay, next, it is a good reflector of light. Yeah, of course, because it is having very shiny surface. when compared to other metals. So it is a perfect reflector of light. So in olden days, the mirrors which we are using now were used to be silvered the back end of the glass with silver. I mean, the mirrors which we are using are actually glass, plain glass. The back end of the mirrors is actually a thin layer of silver, which used to be coated. That used to be silver in olden days. But nowadays, to reduce the cost, as silver is very expensive when compared to aluminum, they are using aluminum instead of silver because aluminum is less in cost, is less expensive than the silver, and it is easily available, and it is easy to manufacture because its cost of manufacturing is very less when compared to that of the silver. So mirrors are having aluminum back coating, so it is a good reflector of light. Next, it has high tensile strength. Yeah, aluminum has high tensile strength. So melting point of aluminum is 600 degrees Celsius, and density of aluminum is 2.70 into 10 to the power kilograms per meter cube, and the Young's modulus of the copper of the aluminum is 70.5 gigapascals GPa, and the tensile strength of aluminum is 45 megapascals MPa. So next, let's discuss about the applications of aluminum. Aluminum is used in aeroplane parts or the manufacturing of aeroplanes, cooking utensils, electrical wires, windows, window frames, sheets, foils. You know foils, right? The foils which we used to bring in our food boxes, the rolled chapatis and all. Our mother used to keep the foils, that is rotis in foils. Okay. So next, aluminum is used in lamp posts and furniture. It is used in furniture and precision instruments, and it is also used in surgical instruments, automobile industry, due to its lightweight. These all they are using aluminum because it has lightweight and it is strong. That is, it has high tensile strength and it is strong in nature. Next, aluminum casting. Uh, Aluminum is also used in aluminum casting such as pistons, grill manufacturing, etc. In food industries also we use aluminum. For example, storage containers. For example, the storage containers of milk cans. Okay, they are actually made up of aluminum. And bakery equipments, uh, lighting fixture, tanks, drums, pipes, heat exchangers, conveyor supports, bridges, etc. So in all this, we use aluminum. That is, aluminum has many applications widely. So let's discuss aluminum extraction. The usual aluminum ore is bauxite. So the aluminum is extracted from the bauxite ore which is present in the Earth's crust. Bauxite is an essential and impure. That is, it is not a pure form of aluminum. From bauxite we have to extract that aluminum. So bauxite is an ore which is impure in nature.